I think the saddest thing about the week after Valentine's Day is when you watch all those guys pack up their saxophones. Today's theme is wanting. Particularly wanting things you don't need at all, which I think happens to a lot of people who love video games. I'm talking about like the kind of want where you look at a custom art original Digimon and you want it, knowing full well you're never going to take care of that Digimon. So to begin, last week I talked about it briefly. Nintendo announced Game Boy games coming to Nintendo Switch Online, as well as Game Boy Advance games coming to Nintendo Switch Online plus expansion pack. Well, what does the expansion pack cost, you ask? It's 150% more expensive than the basic online pack. Up until last week, the prospect of paying Nintendo extra money to rent access to a collection of Nintendo 64 and Sega Genesis games has been easy to ignore. I don't want it. Now, with the Game Boy Advance games, they're inching closer. What they launched with isn't too appealing. Though, there was one thing that did almost get me.
Super Mario Advance 4, Super Mario Bros. 3. Play 38 extra levels from the Nintendo e-reader accessory.
He said 38 extra levels. Added on to Super Mario Bros. 3, one of my favorite games of all time. That's close. That's close to me wanting it enough, but you know what? They can't be that good. They're e-reader levels. Now, hearing the phrase Nintendo e-reader accessory, you might be confused, and that's okay. It's a failed product from 20 years ago. I wouldn't expect you to know what that is. Let's look at the Wikipedia article. This thing is the e-reader. It's a big chunky card scanner that you stick it right into your Game Boy Advance. And this is the image Wikipedia has, just something somebody took on their kitchen table. That's the one. That'll be the one forever. Anyway, I was here on this page already this week to learn more about the e-reader integration with Super Mario Advance 4, Super Mario Bros. 3. Think about how crazy this is for a second. They added new levels, which we would call DLC today, to a classic video game, and the only way to access those levels was to buy this dumb card reader and these dumb cards. And get this, more were released in Japan. However, they never saw American release due to the discontinuation of the device. That sucks. Lost to time. But the Virtual Console re-release of the game for Wii U and the Nintendo Switch Online release include all of the e-reader levels, including those that were never released outside of Japan. I don't know if you can feel that, but they've created want. Now I want what was once forbidden. Who knew? Yeah, this was already on the Wii U. They didn't tell me back then I could have had forbidden Japanese levels. Now I want this. An interesting aspect about this is that I owned a Nintendo e-reader. I was 16 years old and I bought this. And I used it for 2 games. The first one was this mini game you got if you scanned this Rapidash and this Ho-Oh. It's like Rapidash jumping through hoops to light them on fire. I played it like once. And then the other game I played was Excitebike. The NES game Excitebike, which existed in a pack of cards. You buy a pack of cards for like $5. You scan those in one at a time, and the machine would read that and then just run the code that it read off of the cards, and it was a full NES game right there on your Game Boy Advance. The cartridges were this size, card reader this huge, and still it felt like amazing technology. And I played Excitebike like that for hours and had a really good time. Today, I can't play that game for more than 40 seconds. It's annoying. It's annoying you just can't go fast the whole time. But somehow, I was really into Excitebike and then never bought anything else for that card reader. Never bought another $5 pack of any other NES game. I don't get why I wanted the e-reader. You know, I can't even step into my mind of the 16-year-old who bought that. Why'd you do that? I'm over twice his age now. You know, I'm very disconnected from that person. But at the same time, I still make that mistake constantly. I'm thinking about buying a PSVR 2. Like, I'm very close. I've been on this pre-order page a lot. I don't know, 500 it's a crazy number. It's a number that looks different to everybody watching this video. You know, $500 means something to everybody. To me, it's still 500 hot dogs. You know, it's still 500 songs on iTunes. And you might be caught off guard if you're a frequent viewer of Delayed Input, because I've never, up to this point, shown any interest in PSVR 2. It's a sudden thing. It's a sudden want. The problem is the reviews have come out. And they're not glowing, but they say this product is pretty good. It feels nice to be in there. It looks nice to be in there. But it seems the predominant problem is there's no game you gotta play. Like I don't even want to do this. I don't want to be a part of this situation. I'm looking at the games they're promoting on the pre-order page, and really the one I'm most interested in is Star Wars Tales from the Galaxy's Edge. This is the game that's based off of the Star Wars portion of Disneyland, which I've already been to in real life. I've been there. In reality. But still, part of me wonders what it's like in VR. PSVR 1 made it easy for me. I was figuring like, yes, it's a lot of money, but it's the only way I'll get to be Batman. At the time, there was simply no other way for me, a reality-bound mortal earthling, to play the keys of Bruce Wayne's piano. It was, if anything, an easy decision. And now, PSVR 2 doesn't have that. It doesn't have an Excite Bike. And really, what game is worth all that? What game is worth rotating your couch for? Every time you boot it up, you gotta make space? I wouldn't rotate my couch for Mario 3. But it's not really ever about, I guess, the quality of the video games. The appeal still for VR games are old now. The appeal still seems to be more about the experience than these are good video games. You know, just on the marketing side, you know, Oculus commercials, they have this kid who's like, I want to be the quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys. And I'm thinking, woof, that's it? That's the want? That's the fantasy you're selling. That it's overpriced. You have this overpriced piece of hardware. It's an isolating thing. It's not cool. And the way they're selling it is to people who lie on their back and daydream of the life of Dak Prescott. Dream bigger. Think bigger. Want more. I want to be Dallas Cowboys quarterback and have a nasty, unstable, experimental jetpack on my back. And fly it to Chipotle. Walk in. Everyone there's like, hi, Dak. And I don't say shit to them. I slip over the counter and put my hands in the rice and just mush it around. That's what I want. So fundamentally, no video game is worth moving the couch for every time. But I'm willing to do it for VR because it's part of the novelty. It's part of what makes it feel special. And I think that's it. Here I am, accepting now that I want a PSVR 2, not for the games that I could play, but because it seems like a special thing. It seems like 38 levels that I didn't care about a week ago, but now I desperately want to play because I know they're exclusive to Japan at one point. And I think that's the core of wanting things you don't need. It's just the feeling of specialness. Just something to look forward to, something to remember, something to make today feel different from yesterday. And so I wonder if maybe I should pump the brakes on the PSVR 2 for now, and maybe just like Do yoga? Like wrestle a pig? It's gotta be something cheaper than $500 to do. Anyway, that's delayed input. Thanks for watching. I stare at them. I don't say a peep. They can't do shit about it. I'm just squishing their rice. The manager walks in and it's uncomfortable. You kind of get the impression through facial capture that I've done this before. And the manager is the only person who won't make eye contact with me. I read her name tag. Her name is Nora. And so I think at this point there is pretty advanced vocal recognition, at least first names. So I say, Nora. 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 On the third one, she looks up. And out of the rice, I pull out a diamond ring. Marry me. It recognizes marry me. Nora, of course, is bashful and married. So the quest pops up. Kill Nora's husband. So I accept the quest, but I'm not dead set on killing Nora's husband at this point. But you might as well see where this goes. So of course I jetpack over to Nora's house with her in my arms. And we walk in and she says, "This is my husband." Her husband is an ogre. Not a Shrek ogre, don't jump there. An actual ogre with a pig nose. So, you kind of, at this point, it's kind of implied you should definitely kill Nora's husband. But, we're metagaming here. Why would they make it so obvious that I should kill this ogre? So, you have two options of like what you want to do here. Kill ogre or invite ogre back to Chipotle. Now, this would involve you carrying the ogre and leaving Nora behind. Not making any money at her job being manager of the Chipotle. So you kind of have to balance this out because also with you and the ogre's weight, it's not guaranteed that your experimental jetpack will take you both to the destination. So anyway, I choose that, obviously, and we don't end up at Chipotle. We end up in the swamp. Now, it's not a Shrek swamp. Don't jump to that. It's just like a regular Earth swamp, okay? So we get into our Earth swamp. We crash there. And guess what's there? A donkey.